and not only teach people how to enjoy their partner and themselves, but also the wellness behind it. You know, taking care of yourself, how you treat your body, taking care of traumas, whether that's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. That's all me, and that's all I do. I partner with churches, I do workshops, I teach lay members, I teach congregations, I teach your staff how to have these really deep and important intimacy questions with your members and the congregation. So we are here today with this from the kitchen to the bedroom, because as you heard my new friends tell you about, I feel like people don't understand, Eric, that the bedroom is fun and all, but what about how to take care of the body that's supposed to perform in the bedroom? Correct. You see? And then I feel like a lot of people don't think that what I do is essential, and that's no shade, I hear you, because they don't see how it's applicable or important. But these are the same temples that y'all want to have fun with and make children with, but we can't do that if we're not eating well, right? So we're going to start first things first. All right. So let's get this thing started. Most couples assume intimacy problems are relational, when sometimes they're actually physiological. All right, so let's talk about our first segment tonight, Eric. We're going to be talking about the blood flow connection. So, arousal, right? Arousal is literally a blood flow event.
Correct.
For men, erections require increased blood flow into the penile tissue. For women, lubrication and clitoral swelling come from increased circulation to pelvic organs. If blood isn't moving well, arousal struggles. So, tell me a little bit about it. What are some foods, Eric, that we can eat that help improve circulation?
I knew you'd ask this question because I reviewed the notes.
Yeah.
I knew you'd ask this question. But before we get into the things that we can eat, we have to take it like 15 steps
come on,
back.
let's just
All right, so we're going to take it 15 steps back. All right, so you can, and we had this conversation a couple of days ago, you can eat all the foods, you could be doing it right in that department, but maybe you're not moving, or maybe you're not taking care of your mental. So before we get to the foods and we talk about blood flow, we have to talk about movement and intention.
Okay, come on, movement with intention.
When we are sitting for long periods of time, that is causing our blood to pool, and that is messing with our circulation. How we are eating and how we're snacking is very intentional when it comes to blood flow.
Yeah.
So when we talk about these foods that increase blood flow, plants. Simply put, I was gonna sit down and like make a whole list, but honestly, it's plants.
Come on, plants.
It's
Okay,
plants.
break it down, guys. Break it down.
It's
Let's hear
plants.
about it.
Your reds, your greens, your oranges, those are gonna help with circulation. When you just get back to what God has given us, you can't fail.
Yay.
Because you look at the vast array, you look at the things like beets, you look at the things like bell peppers, you look at the things like the leafy greens, the herbs, all the things that everybody seasons their food with, all the plants, those help with circulation.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take that. Okay. Science shows like conditions like hypertension, diabetes, obesity, cardiovascular disease directly impact erectile dysfunction or function and arousal response. Healthy circulation equals stronger erections, better lubrication, and improved stamina. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Okay. So what should people actually be eating? I know you said we gotta move, so y'all heard the man. We gotta move around. And then how we snack is also gonna matter and make a big example of that. So you said already that beets. So what do beets do for us, for the body?
So simply put, these fruits and vegetables and herbs, they act like little power-ups. They act like, I'm going to use it as a car because I know that I get into my jargon, I'm going to use it as a car. So beets are to a car like maybe some good oil or a good change of the cabin filter.
Okay.
Beets act to improve blood flow because they have their plant compounds in them that we crave. We crave. And I don't want to get to, talking about the plant-based lifestyle and stuff like that. But when you think about things that can elevate you and your life, these are things that if you put a baby in a box with a rabbit and that, or and the beet. The baby would look at the rabbit and pet it, and it would eat the beet. These are things that God has put here to nourish our body from the beginning. And so I think when it's starting people and just figuring out like, hey, what should I be eating? I think a good place to start is with the plants.
Okay, come on with the plants.
With the plants, because we're complicating things way too much. We are looking at all these side effects, and we're looking at all these things that we can take, but we can make it very simple, and we can just start with the colors.
Exactly.
Just start with the colors.
And you said beets, leafy greens. I know leafy greens improve vascular health. We have that. Berries protect blood vessels, correct? Dark chocolate improves circulation. So it's not like we can't have a little fun with our food. We can, you know, we can have like little dark chocolate covered berries, right? And do a little something with it. Okay.
Citrus too. Citrus, they actually protect the vessels.
Yes.
They work to protect the movement, the elasticity of the vessels.
Yeah. Okay. Omega-3 foods like our salmon and our walnuts, right? They're good for reducing inflammation. Because basically, if it's good for your heart, it's good for your sex life, right? Okay, cool. Now, what about hydration? Let's talk about hydration. Maybe water, per se. Let's start with water. What about water people don't know about?
Well, I would definitely say a lot of people are thinking water, and again, they need to think about nourishment, okay? Because our body is made of water. You're gonna have water, but you need to get those minerals, these micronutrients that we've been hinting at. The micronutrients are come from the plants, the vitamins. The plants have these vitamins in them that your body needs, and you need to get them all the time because you are getting rid of them. You're flushing them through urination, so you need to make sure that you got them on deck. So one person can drink all the water but still not hydrate themselves properly due to a lack of minerals.
So I know that dehydration, right, reduces blood volume and affects lubrication, energy, and endurance.
Correct.
So when we don't drink our water, it's going to affect how moist that we're able to get, right? Our lubrication, our natural lubrication, because it's natural. And I've seen and talked and heard and even spoken with a lot of couples and women who complain about, you know, it's not, you know, I'm not on and popping like that. I gotta take, you know, something like that, take something so that it's wet. And it's like, but I also noticed that they're not drinking their water regularly. That's something that is definitely lacking in their life. And talk about what dehydration can do to the body.
Well, so this is again, I'm bringing it back to God, and I'm bringing it back to how amazing our body is. It's literally, when you are dehydrating yourself, you're not replenishing your fluids and your minerals. The body is getting in a heightened sense. It's fight or flight. It's going to survive. So basically, you're telling your body when you're dehydrated, like, hey, it's time to survive. So it's not time to create, it's time to survive. That's literally what's happening to the body. And so that's why people are experiencing these side effects of not hydrating.
And that sounds so good, because I have something here like mild dehydration alone can cause fatigue, headaches, and decrease sexual responsiveness. So if your body is trying to survive, it's not trying to prioritize sex. Okay, all right, y'all heard it from the wellness expert himself. Okay, so let's talk about exercise and sexual function. What about movement? Tell me something about some movement.
So, movement is one of the key pillars to your health. So a lot of people think they can have their cake and eat it too. You cannot. You must move. You must lift things. You must work out. In a sense of heart attacks happen from weakened heart and other activities, but you need to move. You need to have physical activity to keep the muscles ready for whatever it is that you're about to put them through.
Yeah, for sure.
If they're not ready, if they're not trained, they're not going to perform. It's the same as you and I. If we did not prep for this conversation that we're having, it wouldn't be so wholesome right
Yeah.
It's the same thing with your body.
Okay. And you know what? Y'all was laughing at me when I did my live the other day and I told you about how you expect to go round for round, hours and hours, and you don't even walk. Okay? Y'all laughed, but you just heard him say it himself. Okay? Even 20 to 30 minutes of moderate activity daily improves sexual function. You don't need a six pack, you need blood flow. Ain't that right?
Yes.
I mean, the six pack is good though, too, right?
Oh, 100%.
We like six packs.
That's a whole nother video.
Okay, so question for you, Eric.
Yes, ma'am.
How does stress restrict blood flow? Tell me about that.
So we just tapped it on its head.
Mm-hmm.
The body is in a heightened sense, and if you're stressed, okay, you're putting your body into survival mode. Your mental is thinking, hey, okay, I need to protect myself, I need to defend. I'm not thinking about pleasure, I'm not thinking about creation, I'm thinking about protecting myself. And a lot of people try to force something, but they're not realizing that their body shifts in different modes all the time.
Yeah. And so stress activates the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode, exactly what you just said. That redirects blood away from reproductive organs and towards survival organs. So your body's literally saying, not safe for pleasure right now, right?
Right.
So we have couples, we have households where we talk about, and you've heard it before, like, oh, we're just too tired to have sex. We don't have sex regularly. We have a stressful job. We got the kids to take care of. But all of that stress is what is impeding and impacting the relationship when it comes to the sexual pleasure portion. So reducing some of that stress. And some people think like, if we have sex, we'll reduce the stress that we're having. But also when you stop having sex, the stress that was stressing you before, it's still kind of sitting there. It's either talking back to you, either that stinky diaper, it's either beeping on the nightstand table, it's blowing up your cell phone. That's the stressor. So we still have to deal with these stressors, right? But trying to find a way to actually deal with them versus trying to use sex as a replacement, because we still end up with the stressors afterwards, right?
Right.
So
we just have to talk about it. We have to face it.
We just have to face it. And that's what also when we can get in sexual acts and we'll be having sex and it'll be a great time, but then sometimes you get in your head because you're thinking about all the things you could be doing right now versus your wife, all the things you could be doing right now versus your husband, because there's still other stresses that we have to deal with. So trying to understand that stress restricts the blood flow and trying to prioritize getting that together so we can enjoy each other, correct? Okay, cool. So segment number 2, hormone, stress, and libido. So people often say, Eric, I lost my desire. But would you say it's often like a hormonal imbalance? Okay, tell me a little bit about that.
So we're gonna, again, I don't want to complicate this because I can bring in so much jargon. We're gonna talk about cortisol.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about
Come on, cortisol. Yes. Okay? Let's do it.
So, and I'll give you something. If you want to help with your cortisol, you can just make sure you're eating a rainbow, yellow colors, peppers, bananas, peaches. But basically,
peaches and cream.
Cortisol. Cortisol levels, right?
Yeah.
So when you have high levels of stress, the levels are super high. They need to decrease.
Can you tell what cortisol is? Because some people don't know.
So that's just your stress hormone.
Okay.
It's going to elevate. It's going to elevate. You need it to go down. And so basically, if anything is out of whack, you're going to feel things. So if you think of different levels, so when we think of dopamine, we think of, somebody just followed me back, or it's payday, or you know what, I feel good. I feel good.
It's payday.
Friday. That's like instant dopamine hit, right? So those hormone levels can vary depending on how you move, your stress, what you eat, okay? And so when someone constantly doesn't have the urge or constantly does not feel like it, okay, you have to go back and you have to take some steps back and really think about it. Okay, this is our natural thing, right? This is something that we are supposed to be doing. It tells you that you're healthy. right? So that's literally your body giving you a signal like, hey, something's off, something's wrong. Now, you're not supposed to be, you know, feeling bad for yourself, but your body is this built-in ultimate machine that's going to tell you, it's giving you those signs right there. So the hormone imbalances are something to pay close attention to, because it could be irritability, it could be fatigue, it could be not wanting to, it could be for the guys, the loss in erection. You know, in the morning time, it can be that, but you have to listen to your body, and I think that's very important to listen to, because your body is literally telling you, like, hey, help me fix it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, high cortisol from stress suppresses testosterone and disrupts estrogen balance. Testosterone fuels libido in both men and women, correct? And estrogen supports lubrication and responsiveness. So, we can definitely talk about this another. We'll definitely do another segment, especially what I want, so I can talk with an OB, because there's too many black women. Okay, we're gonna talk about Black History Month about to end, so let's talk about it a little bit. Too many black women who are being tagged and labeled as having PCOS and all these issues with the body and reproductive issues, right? I was 15 years old when they told me that my body was not making enough eggs, I was not gonna be able to have children. I had PCOS at 15, and I remember like the headaches. I had god-awful headaches. They were trying to put me on a lot of medication for my headaches. My weight gain, it was up and down, it was fluctuating. After my first pregnancy, because I miscarried at 6 months, the PCOS symptoms got worse. You know, I didn't think I was gonna be able to have another child after that. I will say, and again, I'm not saying this is everybody's testimony, I'm not saying this is everybody's story. For me personally, I decided to change my dieting. I did a program for women who usually have PCOS, so it changes and tries to work on your hormonal imbalances. It talks about all the foods that you should eat, cuts out certain foods that you should not eat because your body has a resistance to it at a certain time. I did that, lost 50 pounds on it. I literally changed what I ate because I could not lose weight. I was going to the gym and it was like your cortisol's getting like it's increasing. Like I'm lifting weights, I'm trying to lose weight, and it's not working. Nothing's working. It's making it worse, if anything. You know, I'm more fatigued. Like I don't have the energy. Changed what I ate, and not only did I was able to lose weight, like I got to see my stress levels go down. I could go to sleep. Like I could actually enjoy sleep. I could sleep well. You know what I mean? I changed what I ate. Stopped doing sugary foods, sugary drinks, drank my water. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. I got to see even my own libido change, like even my desires change, you know? And I was like, this is so new for me because I didn't used to feel like that. So I can say personally that I have seen what eating the rainbow can really do for you. You know, eating, and guys, there's more than just iceberg lettuce out there. I want you to know that.
Right.
Ain't that right, Eric?
Right, 100%.
We can eat more salads than just Caesars. Okay, there are different varieties of greens that we can eat. I grew up in a Caribbean family where eating beets is very normal. You know, throwing them in something where they cook them down, where they drink, you know, whatever. And it's like I got to see about beets and how it helps with the blood flow. It really does. So eating the rainbow for sure. I just want to throw it out there.
I want to ask you.
Yes.
So when you made this change, I know it was drastic towards a certain extent, right? But kind of briefly talk about the foods that you were eating, and then before, and then the change to what you were eating, because I know you still enjoy food.
Yes, the love food, love it
still
bad.
food, but before you answer that, I just want to put it in, you know, because when you start toying around with Mother Nature, you start getting weird. Weird results. When you start toying around with what God has given us, you start getting weird results.
Weird results.
I'm talking about ultra processed foods, stuff on the ingredient list that you just don't know what it is. So just tell them, because I know I'm getting long winded, but a lot of people they're going to say, hey, tell me about the research. What does the research say? But personal anecdote, what you're giving, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Because that's your lived experience.
So I guess for me personally,
Okay.
what I decided to do was, what I used to eat, because like I said, I'm a very Caribbean person. So I eat my fried foods, my rice. I can't do a meal without rice at all. You know, my sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth. I enjoy cake. Everything has sugar in it. Everything was fried. You know, I don't remember eating a vegetable. Like, I did eat vegetables, but they were like cooked down to where there's no nutrients. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like our cabbages. When you steam out your vegetables and they lose color, y'all, I want you to know. That's it. It's all gone at that point, right? So I stopped eating all that. My processed foods and my heavy carbs, because you know carbs can be good when you pair it properly, and that's the thing, pairing our foods, right? So just throwing that out there.
There we go.
So
I feel like that is going to help. So
yes. So
they don't want to hear it from me.
Yeah.
What I'm eating, because it's like you taking the joy from it, Aaron, but hearing from somebody that actually went through it, that personal experience, it's levels, it speaks levels.
And as a sex coach, making sure I'm also practicing what I preach, you know? So I think that's important. All right, so sleep deprivation and sex drive. All right, so we gotta talk about that, right? Sleep matters more than people think, right?
100%.
Okay, cool. So we can't just be going to sleep after we've done it. Like, that can't be the only kind of sleep we're getting. That can't be the only good sleep we're getting. We gotta have good sleep before we get active, right? Okay, go ahead. Tell us about some sleep.
So, listen, sleep, or let's talk about lack of sleep. Lack of sleep can probably kill you faster than starving yourself.
Y'all hear
Let's
that?
let that sit right there. Because while you're sleeping, you're fasting, so you're giving your body time to recuperate from the damage that you've done to it. I'm sorry, from the things that you've done, and your daily, right? So, and your body's getting a chance to reset. It's getting to fix up. It's getting to recharge, right? So if you are functioning off of less than 5, less than 4, you're putting your body through the ringer. Okay, so you're seeing a lot of inflammation. You're seeing a lot of irritability. You're seeing a lot of the things that you don't want to see in your life, because again, you put your body into that mode. The body's going to think, hey, I have to survive. I have to stay up, and I have to protect my organs so I don't die. So nothing's going on because you haven't gotten sleep.
Okay then. So that's a whole other thing, right? Okay.
Yeah,
libido supporting foods, right? Zinc rich foods like oysters, pumpkin seeds support testosterone, correct? Healthy fats support hormone production, correct? Fruits improve hydration and circulation. Protein stabilizes energy for stamina, because you know you still got a lot of men going to the gym and think that like just because they lift some weights, they about to lift a woman for a long time, and that might not always be a thing. Like they're like, oh, I can go to the gym for an hour, but can you have sex for an hour? Those are two different. Are they not two different things?
It's a whole different
story. I can't tell you how many men I meet that are like, oh, I'll go to the gym, I can lift weights, I can do that. But baby, you can't last about 30 minutes in that bedroom. She gonna tap you out. You over here tapping out, you tapping out. It's two different stamina.
Yeah, it's an imbalance in what you're doing, because yes, you have that brute strength, but let's talk about your strength with your utensils.
Come on, utensils.
Are you, are you nourishing your body? Are you giving and again, I'm putting it back to the fuel and talking about cars, okay? Because we do our research on our cars. We make sure it got the oil change and
the right tires.
We're making sure it's safe. We're making sure that the maintenance is good on it. We're gonna get all that taken care of because we want to be safe and we want it to perform every day with any questions.
You're not putting the wrong gas in your car, because you know what happens when you put the wrong gas in the tank, right? Okay, then.
Right.
It's the same thing.
And that's my question. That's my food for thought right there. Is why aren't you treating your body like that same vessel, that same temple that you're using day in and day out, expecting to perform?
Thank you. Okay, thank you. So let's talk about this. Foods that impact scent and taste, sweat and taste also. People don't talk about this enough, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Diet absolutely affects body odor and sexual scent, right? High sugar and processed foods increase inflammation and sweat odor. Is that true or false? You the professional, so
Right.
you tell me.
So that is true, and I don't want people to get it twisted with the sugar. We're talking about added sugars.
Yes,
We're talking
bad
about
sugars.
the highly processed sugar in the bag, the powder. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about sugar from an apple. We're not talking about sugar from your fruits and things like that.
Fruits, hydration, and whole foods improve scent and taste, correct?
100%.
And your body reflects what you feed it, correct?
100%.
Now, I made a post, and again, y'all was laughing at me. Everybody was laughing, thinking that was so funny. It was February 13th, and I tagged you.
You remember the day.
Yes, the day before Valentine's Day. I said to y'all, put down the pineapple juice. Don't take not another sip of pineapple juice, because y'all been drinking all this pineapple juice to make you taste better, but you ain't drink no water. And y'all drinking Dole pineapple juice. You drinking
It's highly processed.
Minute Maid pineapple juice. You drinking all these processed pineapple when you didn't even get a real pineapple and juice it. You didn't even make pineapple water. You know, if you want pineapple so bad, like make pineapple water. Ain't that right? You're eating pineapple chunks in the syrup and talking about I'm eating my pineapple. Absolutely not. Ain't that right, Eric? See, before y'all try to fight me, you gotta go through Eric first.
Okay, do it.
You can't get to me without fighting Eric
Right,
first.
we're going to talk about the scents, okay? Because the scent is a direct reflection from what you eat.
Ooh,
What's going on in
Jesus.
your gut.
Come on.
Okay, so
Yes.
there's multiple layers to it, but we're going to talk about the inner and the outer. Okay? Inner layer is what you put in. So sweat, the secretions that your body has, when you perspire, that's odorless. Okay, so,
Supposed to be.
yeah. But where the odor comes in is the bacteria in the area. So when you're putting a Band-Aid over it, like for instance, I've been working all day. I've been working all day. I got a garden. I've been out. Okay. Now, of course, I smell like outside, but I don't stink.
Going that outside smell. Y'all know that outside
smell like, right? But I don't stink. We've been next to each other.
Yeah, we've been next to
right?
smell great.
I don't smell. So what it is the bacteria in that area mixed with the food that you're eating. That is what creates the smell.
Ooh, like
So
gas, right? Like
right.
people have bad gas.
Right. So when you are putting that Band-Aid fix, which I'm going to talk about deodorant, when you're putting deodorant over a body that has not been taken care of, you get this mixture a couple hours later that just smells horrid.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
And same thing. You get these body odors and you're trying to mask it with quick fixes. And taking it back to the car, let's get people to visualize. Let's say it's time for you to get tires. Your tires are bald.
They're bald-headed
100%
tires.
bald.
Got it.
Right? You keep getting them patched. Don't play like that.
Yeah.
Don't play like that, because if you keep getting these tires patched, now you have put it out of God's hands, because God told you, look, we didn't send you to the tire shop. Quit getting them patched. Go ahead and go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
you got to spend it anyways, right? When you start doing that, then it's like, oh snap, I'm not realizing what I'm doing. So you have to really start, like I said, 15 steps back with what you're eating and your intention.
And again, we don't do enough education on this part, right? We all want to have good sex. We all want to enjoy our partner. We all want to be, as y'all know my saying, swinging from chandeliers. And I love that for you. That's what I want for you. But we can't do that if your temple has not been well taken care of. Y'all got expensive cars. You pay $800 plus a month for your car note, but then be putting in $5 food in your body.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
It does not make sense.
Make it make sense.
That's my question. That's my food for thought. Not to make people feel bad for themselves. It's just the world that we live in. But this right here is an empowerment question, because it's not like we don't have this information.
Yeah.
It's more implementation.
Yeah.
So you got proprietary phone in your hand. Like, you did the research. You got the new update on it. You got it. Right? Do the same thing with your foods. Don't cheap out when it comes to food.
Yeah.
Don't cheap out. A lot of people will talk about, oh, that is too expensive to get this, or it's too expensive to shop there. And I'm like, you know what's really expensive? Medicine.
Burying you. Funerals. Yup. Grave sites. That's expensive.
That's what's really expensive. And again, I'm taking it back to God, because it's been in our face this whole time. It's the reason why we can see color.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's, I don't know how else to say it.
Not y'all stressing out my friend Aaron. Y'all stressing him out.
Yeah, because I'm
stressed.
just thinking about all the things and the rebuttals that people say.
Yeah.
And we just have to keep it simple.
Yeah.
We have to keep it simple. And this is for Rasheen too, because I played basketball and we can't do anything by ourselves.
Yeah.
We need coaching. We need guidance. We need community of sorts, because we can't do it by ourselves. A lot of people are trying this from a lens of, okay, this is embarrassing. I'm gonna figure this out by myself. I'm gonna WebMD or
WebMD, you might be dead tomorrow. You can be dead in 5 hours.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna make
struggle by myself, right? But there are people that have had real results from the guidance, and the work that you're doing is very, very beneficial because it gives people the structure, it gives them the backbone, and it gives them the guidance that they need to make those choices.
Yeah.
Because they weren't doing it on their own, which is okay. But what you're doing is so pivotal.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stress that enough, because at this point we have so much information out there. Like, you can get something just like that.
Yeah,
It's about implementing.
And you know what? It's, again, as we're wrapping this up, my main thing is for us to taste better, perform better, smell better, all things that we want in the bedroom, right? We care about that stuff. There are too many women that I encounter that don't understand about what they're putting in their body is affecting what's coming out. Ladies, your discharge should not look like cottage cheese. And that has a lot to do with how we're taking care of ourselves, the kind of underwear we're putting on, like what we're putting in our bodies, what we're putting on our bodies. You know, there are certain lotions and things that we should not be using, certain soaps that we should not be doing. Like, there are so many, and we talk about foods that have ingredients like this.
We just spoke about foods.
Yeah, there are shampoos, body products, deodorants, same thing. It's like you're putting these things on your body, but it's creating more of an issue for you than anything else. And so, again, I appreciate the rawness of this conversation, because people seem to think when I say I'm the sex coach, sexual wellness, it's like, oh, you just help people have fun and learn how to hula hoop in a headstand. Like, yeah, I could teach you that too. However, you know what I really want to teach you? How to take care of your body. But anyway, I really appreciate you, Aaron. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Tell us how we can find you. Tell us what else that you do that you're helping in the community.
All right, cool. Dang, I did not practice for that one. But let's see. I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. Just search me up.
You're on Instagram too?
Instagram.
Okay.
Websites in the Facebook. And like I said, I just help people improve their quality of life. So I'm coaching groups of people. I'm going into companies and boosting morale. I am labeling it as performance. That's what I'm going to do. It's performance. It's energy. Yeah. That's really what it is. But you know, once you get started, of course, you got to get the basics of the nutrition. So yeah. That's what I do. Man of many titles. But yeah, so that's
panels, health expos, health meetups, health workshops, everything else.
I'm just changing the narrative, because imagine if you got to take a walk with your doctor. Now what? Okay, because when you come in and you're sitting in a chair and they're looking over you, and you probably got like 5 to 10 minutes with them. I'm just really changing that whole narrative, and I've gotten to contact so many people here in San Antonio. I'm going to connect y'all with just amazing people doing amazing things, and really, I think just Black people as a whole, you got to start asking for help.
Yes.
Got to ask for help. So I'm just empowering that right there, just taking care of people, and it's coming back tenfold. And I can't be any more blessed to be here.
I love it. Thank you so much. And again, y'all know I'm a lot of things. I have a lot of little titles, but the Save Sex Coach, you know, your church's favorite intimacy wellness expert, because I'm here for the people of God. I'm here for the saved folk. I'm here for those who feel like, you know, you love the Lord Jesus Christ and you took him as your savior, but your bedroom is dry and lifeless. And we're going to fix that. Okay? So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you have any questions, please drop them. Drop all these in the chat. DM us. His DMs are open.
Perfect.
Ooh, my bad. Oh, there's one. Hey, y'all.
Chop that up and get that going. Start doing the